Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Story Time with Ms. B. Today we have a special story and I'll try to talk more about it at the end if we have time. But the name of this story is The Remember Balloons. And it's written by Jessie, Oliveros, illustrated by Dana Wulfekott. Or it could be Dana. I've heard Dana and Dana. All right, here we go. And I'll read it to you. Sometimes on the inside front cover of a book, it gives you a clue as to what the story's about. So here's what the clue says about this book. James has a lot of balloons. They're where he keeps his memories. Grandpa has a lot of balloons, birthdays and long ago summers, weddings and special camping trips. Grandpa's balloons hold so many great stories. James loves to hear them all. But when Grandpa's balloons start drifting away, James wants to catch them. He can't. James now has to be the one to share stories, to share his balloons with Grandpa. And here's the inside cover that kind of gives you a glimpse, a clue as to what the story's about. So ready? Here we go. The Remember Balloons, written by Jessie Oliveros, illustrated by Dana Wulfekott. I have lots of balloons, way more than my little brother. This was my favorite, I tell him, pointing to the balloon filled with my last birthday party. When I look at it, I can see the pony again. I can still taste the chocolate frosting. Mom and Dad have more balloons than I do. Grandpa has lived so long. He has more balloons than all of us together. And the stories he has inside those balloons, they're better than ponies and chocolate frosting. What's in your yellow balloon? I ask him. Grandpa's eyes light up. We just come back from picking blackberries along the muddy banks of the creek. Our berry-splattered faces gave Aunt Nell's cow such a fright. She didn't make milk for days. What about that blue one, Grandpa? That's the time I lost my favorite dog, Jack, Grandpa chuckles. I found him chasing butterflies next to the schoolhouse. Only Jack could get me to school on a Saturday. And that one? I point to a purple balloon above his head. Grandpa looks up and smiles, his face alive with remembering. That's the day I married your grandma in the little church on Cedar Lane. We danced that night under the stars. And oh, how I loved her. I don't have to ask him about the silver balloon, because I have one too. That was the day we stood on the dock till the sun went down, feeling tug after tug on our lines. Grandpa and I must have caught 1,000 fish. Grandpa ruffles my hair like he always does. That's one of my favorite balloons. Mine too, I say. But Grandpa has been having problems with his balloons lately. One will get caught in a tree and he'll tell me the same story over and over. Let me tell you about the Christmas I went to Aunt Nell's farm, Grandpa says. even though he just finished telling me about it. Other times, a balloon will float right out of his hand, and he won't even know it. It's okay, Grandpa, I yell as I run after it. Every time I almost reach it, but it always slips away. Something's wrong with Grandpa, I tell my parents. He can't hold on to his balloons anymore. Mom looks at me with sad eyes. That happens sometimes when people grow older. Grandpa's balloons start floating away faster and faster. Running down streets and up hills, I watch the balloons grow smaller. He finally loses the silver one. I watch it float away until I can't see it anymore. Why did you let it go? I yell. That was our balloon. Then I sit on the sidewalk and cry. I feel Grandpa pat my back, but he doesn't ruffle my hair like he always did. Why are you crying, child? There's nothing to cry about. One day, I go to see him, and all his balloons are gone. Grandpa? I say, but he doesn't look at me. It'll be okay, Dad says. Look up. I have new balloons now. A yellow one filled with blackberries and a cow. A blue one filled with Grandpa and his favorite dog. A purple one filled with a wedding day. See, Mom says. Now they're yours to share. So I climb into Grandpa's lap and begin telling him about my new balloons. Wasn't that a cool story? I love that story because it celebrates the times you can share with your grandparents and loved ones. And sometimes as we get older, sometimes our mind isn't exactly like it was when we were younger. So all those memories start kind of drifting away and we may not remember as we should. So Miss B says it's special to me because I had some loved ones that were affected by what Grandpa went through in this story. And sometimes it gets hard. Remember when James sat on the sidewalk and cried because his grandpa, he didn't know why his grandpa let the silver balloon float away. But as we get older, sometimes we are challenged with things that affect our mind and our memory. And there's names for that. There's big names. One is called dementia, and another one is called Alzheimer's disease. So those are big words. We'd have to take 15 episodes of story time with Ms. B to go into what those are. So that's why we're challenging you now as busy bee readers. Keep reading, keep learning, keep doing word puzzles, keep talking, keep writing, keep your mind engaged and keep it active. So you won't have so many balloons slip away as you get older. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that story. I loved it, and it just made me think about my loved ones and how special they were to me and how they're smiling and laughing on me and how that keeps me going. So, with that said, our time is up. This time goes by so fast, but hopefully you are reading Go to the library, go to a bookstore, buy some books, share with others, read to others, and we'll keep that challenge going, okay? I'm so proud of you for continuing to reading and supporting this program. See you next time on Story Time with Ms. B.